It always feels so good when you can see it click in their mind. It's like, oh, I got it. With some of my kids who are struggling, and I just show them a little strategy, like using a scanner to help them read, or reading it more than once so they have a better understanding. And then once I see that they caught on and that their grades have, improved, I'm not looking for 100%, I'm just looking for improvement. So when I see that, it just makes me feel good. That love of teaching and that love of learning, that is what I want to instill into them. Stay positive, be safe, and please continue with the desire to do better and be the most that they can be as they grow up. My name is Amelia Kupek, and I'm in 5th grade.
You have different students from all walks of life and from different backgrounds every year. Every year I feel I have a great bunch of kids. They're just the best. I get my students and I work with them, and I just do my best to teach them and hopefully reach them. This year I have a great bunch. We've come a long way. We've had a lot of challenges, but we take that head on and we work with it. But I can see the growth in them. I can see how they're trying. I can see how they try to please me. And to me, there's no other more rewarding experience than to see them and to thank me, to see them doing so good, and to thank me, saying thank you for doing this, thank you for doing that, and making sure that they understand that I'm always here for them. But my kids are great. I love them. All of them. But I always felt it was some sort of calling for me to give back. And I've always heard, since I can remember, a lot of people say, oh, you're so patient and you're so this and you're so that, you should go into teaching. And I would take it just with a grain of salt. But I never thought it would be a possibility. But then my life changed, like I said, with my other job, and eventually I came to a point where I want to do something else. I thought, you know what, I think the time is right, and that's what I want to do. Victor Villarreal, I teach 2nd grade.
I love working with children, and my desire is to impact their lives and for them to learn, and I learn every day from them. I want them to be independent learners. So I'm just here as a facilitator. I want them to inquire, to look for the answer. I model for them, but I want them to find things. So that's what I learned, that it's better when you experience it yourself, when you look, like right here is hands-on, a lot of hands-on for them to experience, not only to just lecture to them. So that's what I learned. And it's a blessing to be a teacher, to be their teacher, and that is my rewards when I see them smiling and I see them reading, and when I see them that they're having a love for reading. My name is Marlene Lucero, and I teach kinder.
Well, you have to learn to be able to relate to them, to listen to them when they have problems, not to be judgmental, and try to help them as much as you can and try to guide them in the best way that you can. Well, I've had students come back to me and have told me that I've made an impact in their life, and it makes me feel very proud that in some small way I've been able to contribute to that. My name is Mary Lou Young, and I teach 12th grade English 4.
I love teaching. Teaching's my calling, is teaching and coaching. I guess being around those kids and, teaching them what I was once taught, and I see a lot of them going through some hard stuff sometimes. But knowing that they believe in me, they trust me, when I teach them, that's the most important thing. And I love every single one of them, every single one that comes out and plays for me or is my student. If they're willing to learn and they have that desire, I'm going to be there to help them every single day that they need my help. Yeah. A lot of techniques I learned in high school with my algebra classes, my geometry classes. You can't put a lot of higher math in here, but I use a lot of the techniques. All my teaching is based on those techniques I learned. It's the impact that I have on them that what makes teaching and coaching the love that I have, and the impact that I have on them, and knowing that they're going to carry on, even maybe to their kids or whoever in life that they impact their life on. It's a great, it's a great gift for me. That's what I do it. That's why I do it. Jose Felix Villalpando, and I teach 8th grade math.
It's difficult. It's difficult in the sense that I feel like I'm constantly working to be better, and so I always have to almost compete with myself and say, am I doing the best that I can? Can I compare myself to what I was last year, 2 years ago, 3 years ago? Can I challenge them more? What more can I do? And so I think that's where I'm always at. I always try to just compare myself. Am I the best that I can be? Am I giving my 100% to my kids? I love my students. This is a very, very difficult job, but it's a very rewarding job. And I treat my students as if they were my own children. Every time they're in my classroom, I tried for them to feel that they are cared for, that somebody loves them, that, anything that happens, it's okay. It's okay. Things are okay. It's going to be okay at the end of the day, whatever it is that they're going through. And if they can't master something, it's okay. We work through things, and I try to motivate my kids as much as I can to see it like that. You don't get it today, it's fine. But tomorrow we can try again. My name is Sarai Trejo, and I teach pre-kindergarten.
I've always wanted to be a teacher. When I was little, I would go home and pretend I was a teacher and sit down all my little nieces and nephews, and it's always been a desire for me to become a teacher. And I had really, really good teachers, elementary, middle school, and high school teachers that motivated me to come to this position. And it may seem like just, kinder, they're small age, but for me, I think kinder is their prime level. It's a big responsibility because we're building their foundation. If there's not a good, stable foundation, then everything else after that, won't be established well. So I think that's my biggest challenge here, is that even though it's kinder, it's up to us to build their love, their passion for school, and build their foundation correctly. And again, going back to as a parent, I think that I always think when I see one of my students, I think of my own personal kids, that I would want them to be taught, this way. The sky's the limit. I mean, whatever they set, anything they want, they're the only ones that can stop themselves. And I think I've shared that with a lot of them, that, the sky's the limit for them. Whatever they desire or dream to be, they're the only ones that can set their own limitations. So to set their standards high, and they can do it. I know they can do it. Veronica Gonzalez, I teach kinder.
If you say Teacher of the Year, I mean, it's really everybody's award, and I had people, tell me congratulations, at the campus. I'm like, hey, congratulations to you too. Like, I could have done it by myself. There's no way. I mean, first of all, I got to thank the kids who really tried this year. I think I had a good group of kids, and if they weren't a good group of kids somewhere else, they were a good group with me. And I can't say I've ever had one kid that I've ever given up on. You can't say there's one kid who just doesn't have a chance. Every single kid has a chance to do something and learn something and be a productive citizen. And so generally, I mean, if you say this is my award, it's the students' award, it's the administrators' award, it's the other teachers that I work with, and even the support staff. I mean, I couldn't teach if the room wasn't clean. I mean, I gotta thank the custodian. I can't get kids to learn if they're hungry, so you gotta thank the cafeteria staff. You gotta thank everybody. It's really a team effort. I always liked working with kids. I've always liked explaining stuff. I think that's kind of a misconception that they always say, oh, anyone can be a teacher, but it's one thing to know stuff, and it's one thing to be able to explain it to somebody else. Not everybody can do that. I'm always being told, stop teaching, if I'm having just a conversation with someone, and I'll just break into, oh, well, do you know why that was formed? Or do you know why? I really like history, and I really like social studies, so I'm constantly talking about it, and it's just part of who I am, I guess. My name is Josefina Espinosa. I've been teaching for 10 years.
It was awesome. It was probably one of the best feelings, because it was, wow, you got me on that one. It was a goal I set out for. It was hard work, you start off the year with your expectations, and you push yourself, spend countless hours of training in the summers, and this year it paid off for me. They're awesome. That's my word. I tell them every day they're awesome, and never give up on pursuit of their dream. It's sometimes your path will take you down places that you're unfamiliar with, and but always keep your head up and remember that that they're awesome. They can do whatever they want to do. My name is Michael Torres, and I teach 8th grade social studies.
I knew I wanted to be a teacher since I was very young, and I have a passion for working with children. And just the fact of knowing that they're going to be successful in life, that, brings a smile to my face. Every student is different. They all have different styles of learning, and just as long as we know that, then all kids should be successful if we target each child. Never to give up, and always be confident and trust their instincts, because everybody can do it. My name's Cristina Montaño, and I teach 3rd grade.
I decided to become a teacher because I had a couple of role models in my life. My mother-in-law and my sister-in-law were both teachers, and I saw that their job looked rewarding, and so I went in that direction, and I have found that it is. You don't always see it at the time that we have the students, but we live in such a small community that we see students periodically, a year from now, 2 years from now, and it's so rewarding for them to come up to you and thank you for something you've done for them, something you've taught them. And it's rewarding to see them finally get a career going and moving forward in their lives. So it's a career to me that it is real rewarding, because you see that you were a little part of their lives, and that you made an impact. My name is Mindy Plata, actually Arminda Plata, and I teach 8th grade language arts reading.
It's kind of like a calling, something that I think I was meant to do. I enjoy what I do. I love the children, and it's true what they say about if you enjoy what you do, you never work a day in your life. So to me, this is my purpose in life. This is what I was meant to do. I would tell my students to find a learning experience in everything they do, anywhere they go, whether it's the grocery store, whether it's a football game. Find a learning experience in everything they do. Read, that's one of my strongest areas, and I encourage the children to always read, because from reading they gain so much knowledge that that they need for the outside world. And so one thing I would tell my children is always find a time to read, for fun, for any reason. Just read. Esmeralda Montalvo, and I teach 3rd grade.
I think one of the major things is for them to continue their education, and now that I'm in kindergarten, it's teaching and instilling in them, that love and desire to keep learning, and to realize and know that even as a teacher now, we're still learning, and to carry that with them throughout, their lifetime. Never stop learning. Well, I think some of the techniques that they were used on me, I guess, it was mostly engaging, and I think as we've progressed, I've learned, and back then it was using videos. You would see the cart and you're like, oh my God, it's a movie day. But, technology has developed so much that now I use it daily. In every lesson, there has to be some kind of technology integrated. And I think nowadays we're competing, with cartoons at home, and especially in kindergarten, they've had 4 years at home, and all they do is watch cartoons, Blue's Clues and all these other things. So in order to engage them in kindergarten, it's like you got to incorporate technology, bring in the videos, and use anything that we can to engage them. So I know that I've been using a lot of technology in my classroom. I'm Jody Aparicio, and I teach kindergarten here at Rangerville.
I decided to become a teacher because when I was younger, I was able to explain things in a way that would help people understand. So like when I would be in study groups with some friends, I was always able to help to get them to understand it a little bit more. 100% of our kids are at-risk students. So they're the ones that are always getting in trouble in their class. They're always the ones that are being sent to the principal's office. They're always the ones that are skipping school, that never go to school. But yet when they end up here, they come in not knowing a lot, and they leave here knowing so much. And it's like a good feeling to know that I was a part of their learning process. My name is Kirby Fernandez. I teach 8th through 12th grade.
When I was in 2nd grade, I used to love my teacher. Her name was Mrs. Ramirez, and she just inspired me to become a teacher. She used to motivate us a lot, and she would just give us, a lot of motivation and inspire us to do more than what we could do, and just push us to try our best and to do our best. Well, it feels really good. It feels great to know that I'm doing a good job with the kids. It's just a wonderful feeling to know that I'm having an impact on their life, and because these kids need a lot of help and a lot of care and love, so I'm really happy. Thank you for trying their best and giving me their all, because I know they do, and just to keep on working hard to achieve their goals, and that they're going to get there as long as they they continue. My name is Brenda Gonzalez, and this is my second year in second grade.
Our children, they are our rewards. Watching them grow intellectually, developing their minds, and then when they learn something new, it's like, oh yes, Ms. Rodriguez, I actually, I was driving with my mom and riding with my mom in the car, and I saw this, and this is who we were talking about, where they actually take what they learn here and they take it home and then they bring it back to you. It's just wonderful. That tells you that they learned it. I think I pick up techniques from every classroom I visit. All my friends, everyone has their different styles, and everyone, I love to go to other teachers and pick up from them. It's just, it's like, oh yeah, my kids will probably benefit from that, Never give up, and remember that you're a champion. That's what I tell them. They're champions, and not only now, but forever in their lives, as they go on and continue. Because I tell them, you're not always going to be here in 4th grade, or when I taught 3rd grade, you're not always going to be here. There's always next year and the following. And I tell them, one day you're going to go to college, and I hope you invite me to your graduation. So just giving them that incentive, you can do anything that you want to. It can be achieved. My name is Veronica Rodriguez, and I teach 4th grade at La Paloma Elementary.
The reason I'm a teacher now, I can't even list them. The reason I'm a teacher, if my kids were here, look around. That's the reason why I'm a teacher. And that's what I want to do. It's one thing to teach my kids something, but to teach my kids to have good self-esteem and to become resilient, that's my goal as a teacher, to teach them to feel good about themselves, because that was the gift that my teachers gave to me, and I want to pass that on. Last year at the end of the year, on the last day of school, I cried because I was so sad. I thought, this is my first group of kids. I'm never going to have them again. We're never going to be here all together. I miss them so much. But for these kids here, I feel the same way. I feel like you guys are my family. You can do whatever you want. And don't let anyone ever tell you that you can't. Because we encounter that a lot, and I really hope that I taught you that at the end of the year. My name is Noelia Montes, and I teach 5th grade.